All right, here at No Reserve, we have our super hard to find 1996 Ford F350. It's a regular cab 4x4 with the 7.3 power stroke and the manual 5-speed transmission. It's got just under 169,000 original miles. It's in unbelievable condition. It's been repainted. It's factory color at one point. It's not the original paint. Beautiful base coat, clear coat paint job. I mean, you can see in the pictures and the reflection of how shiny this thing looks like. It's just got dipped in a can of red paint. But this is one that I kind of fell in love with once we got it. We've had it for a little over a year, and just putting it up for sale because it is a diesel. It needs to be driven and enjoyed, and I haven't had that opportunity because I've only put a few hundred miles on it. It was freshly painted when we got it. So the nice thing is it's a mature paint job. So any imperfections would work their way out if there was a clear coat issue, if there was fish eyes, if there was dimples or issues like that, and there really isn't. Very little imperfections. You might find some rock chips like down here that were overlooked and not, prepped properly, that have come through, and you can see a little dimple in the paint. But other than that, this paint job is in phenomenal shape. The bed rails, the front of the bed is arrow straight. The bed rails are just smooth as can be. But when we got it, the bright red, I mean, we've had, hundreds and hundreds of these Ford F-Series body styles from the 150s, Broncos, 250s, 350s. But the 350s are really hard to find, the full 1-tons. But this truck has probably gotten more compliments and more attention than any of the other trucks that we've had, from the Broncos to the Lifteds to the Customs, because of this bright red. This red that Ford made in this era, you just can't get any better in it. It doesn't have too much orange in it, doesn't have too much purple in it. It is just a beautiful, bright, crisp red that drives a lot of attention. But when we got it, I wanted to keep it for a backup tow vehicle or to replace my tow vehicle. But the reality is if we've had this for a little over a year. I've done a couple of light drives in it, but my Power Stroke's got 316,000 miles on it, and it's still going strong and showing no signs of issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go so somebody else can drive it, enjoy it, just because I don't like the diesel to sit. So throughout the whole truck, the only imperfections, the paint is, there is not a stone chip on the front. There is nothing. There's not a scratch on this truck anywhere. It's been garaged the time that owner had it before us, but we've had it garaged the entire time. It actually hasn't seen rain or snow in our ownership. The only issues is you got a little bit of stone chips along here that happened when it was parked too close. Unfortunately, that was there's a little chipping from the entry, but unfortunately I'll have to lay claim to this one. There is a little chip on the back that was already here when we purchased it, little stone chip, but you could tell this was just a beautiful example of a truck by the bed rails and the bed condition, the interior condition, and the tailgate condition. All the gaps, never overloaded. The front bulkhead isn't dented in like I talked about. People overload these beds and overuse them and abuse them, and you get crazy gaps right here. The tailgates won't want to close, the beds will come out, and those are just not the type of trucks that we like to own and buy. It does have an add leaf in the rear for heavy duty towing, so it does drive a little bit rough, but that's because the owner had a camper, and that's basically what they used it for. The bed's got full Rhino lining, and these things have a lifetime warranty. A little dirty from just being simply the inside of a pickup bed. So yeah, it does have an add leaf in the rear, so it does sit up a little bit higher in the rear, so you could easily just pull it out, undo the U-bolt, slide it out, or if you want, the great thing about these F350s, if you're going for a custom look, all you gotta do is level up the front, and this thing will easily clear 37s, 35s if you wanna go a wide wheel. So we'll get in here, we'll start at the front. It's all original in the front, and all that stuff was taken out, all the lights, all the trim, the mirrors, the bumpers were taken off, wipers, trim around the window, but the grill is original, so you do have some fading in here. What I had planned to do, I was gonna take this to a body shop and have them shoot the same color red, because then when it's body color, it just pops awesome. But there is a little bit of stone chips, but the chrome still has nice reflection, no condensation in any lights. Front bumper's nice, no tweaks, no dents. All the black moldings have really nice depth. Original fender trim, cowl's in nice shape. Again, just excellent gaps throughout this truck, and this has definitely not been an abused workhorse. It's got the factory Alcoa wheels. Some of them do have a little bit of clear coat issues, but the tires are a little bit larger. They're 285s Toyos, which are a great tire. Then you can see that added leaf right there. This truck has been undercoated since new, so it has factory undercoating. The rear bumper has some little scuffs. It's got the chrome's kind of delaminated right here, probably from 20 years of diesel soot getting on there. There's a little bit of marking on here, but if I was gonna start using this thing for a daily driver, I was just gonna keep myself an eye out for a good used bumper, or on eBay you buy a brand new one for a couple $100, and that really would pretty much make this thing just perfection. There is a little bit, looks like they, I was gonna replace the door felts. Looks like they left it in here and got painted, and it got a little bit paint there. But again, it's not gonna be a 12, $10, $15,000 paint job. It's a phenomenal factory style paint job. Beautiful driver paint job. Obviously it's a workhorse, it's a 1-ton diesel, but the miles, 169,000 original, is just under that. Is just impressive. Inside's got the nice light gray interior. Steering wheel's in excellent condition. Seats very nice on the driver's side, no wear. There is just a little tiny hole, kind of where the passenger shoulder would be, but it's got the vinyl mats, which is really easy to keep clean. He did add a cup holder right here on both sides, because these things, obviously, back in the 90s, it was an option. So it's an XL, but it does have the chrome exterior, does have the Alcoa wheels, so it has some interesting options. It's got the 5-speed, it's got the cloth seat over the vinyl, and a couple other things. But I mean, this thing is bone stock, and your purists will love underneath the hood. This thing has not been touched. It's even still got the factory stereo. Up here in the coves, the storage compartments have, it has a little bit of cracking here, but when we got it, it had this in here to put your cell phone on and stuff like that. But there's a little bit where people put stuff up here. I try to avoid doing that. But here's that little hole from something. Again, no odors, smells really nice. It did have those little cup holders. Someone put some holes in here, but no fading here, no cracks on any of the door panels. This is also an option, to have this little cubby. So this was something you ordered. Otherwise you would just it'd just be red metal down there and just a half door panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you underneath the hood, and we're gonna do a driving video next that how the light's going, get her warmed up. But the underside is nice and sanitary, same with the hood. It's not something that we're gonna go through and throw a bunch of Armor All on it like you'll commonly see. Don't try to hide anything. We don't steam clean, pressure wash. We like all of our trucks to be in their honest, state, where you can see the vehicle's been cared for. I mean, underside of the hood is beautiful. You can see there's no overspray, no overheating issues that sprayed up. Bolts have never been messed with, no collision damage. All original decals. Still got this. I mean, you Power Stroke guys know if there's gonna be something missing on these Power Strokes, it's gonna be this and this cover, and it's great to see this. It's got a glow plug relay's been replaced. We put new batteries in it, new fuel filter, oil change, all that stuff. It's got good coolant. You can see it's just really nice and clean and sanitary. You can still see those decals, all original stuff, but no goop sprayed all over the place, making you wonder what it is or what happened. So I'll hop in here and give her a little fire up. We also we'll do the driving video. Obviously we'll let it warm up a little bit. So you just gotta wait for that light to go out. It just has that wonderful, clean Power Stroke roll to it, that 7.3. No loud cackle, no shaking, no rough idle. It's running nice and smooth. Alright, so this beautiful and hard to find 1-ton bright red Power Stroke, it's got just under 169,000 original miles. It's going to go to Credible Deal for no reserve, so good luck.